Okay. Okay, so let's start. That's a reflection on the other side of the greenhouse. This is all glass on top. All right. Then here. Inside the air intake. Okay. And then I will use first this dark blue for the shadow, okay, the cast shadow, and then we will also use the dark blue, but only after. Sir, rendering is very confusing and frustrating, so every time I avoid. No, Kurtik, I know that it can be very frustrating, especially the first times. But if you follow step by step, then you repeat that step-by-step method, you will arrive to do it. You will get it. So check what I'm doing now and try to repeat, the steps. You don't need to go fast. Sometimes, if you are a super excellent designer, very talented, you can go as fast as you want. But I think that the most important thing, especially for the first times, is to go step by step. Because one thing you want to do, you want to learn what you have to do in order not to make mistakes and to have a sort of ciao Fabio, bello! Fabio Ferrante, ciao grande Luciano, serve un po' di tuo rock di sottofondo. I'm sorry, I don't have the rock to put some of my music, but you can see that in the back I used to have I have my guitar today in my background at the beginning. Anyway, Fabio, hey guys, you should follow Fabio Ferrante. Check in the chat. This guy, you have to check this guy on Instagram and Facebook. So please, please, please check Fabio Ferrante's profile and you will be amazed. Will be astonished by his amazing work. He's a good boy. Fabio, you know what? In one of my design talk, I'm going to interview you because I have the software on my computer to make a double video interview live stream on YouTube. So, Fabio, if you agree, let me know because I will invite you. Okay, so now what I'm doing, I'm taking a light blue, okay, and I am making the reflections on the side body. Why am I doing them with the light blue? We will build up two tone values, two. But first, let's start always with the lightest value, the lightest one, because unless we make a mess, and we don't want to make a mess. Okay, so now I let it dry, okay? I wait, and now look what I do. I take the super dark blue, remember the one I used here on the glass. Okay, now I just use that to give the little touch to make sure that it looks shiny. So I start from here. Michelangelo draw cars. I think this needs to be put in frame. My favorite sketch from you so far. Oh, thanks, Michelangelo. Yeah, Jessica said that I was right. Cool. I was right. The cotton pad. Okay, so now look what I do. Now the fun part comes out. Look, I use indigo blue. This is pastel Prismacolor, okay? Prismacolor. Prismacolor. Okay, put it here. Then we have, wait, it's always a bit tricky. Then we have a little, X-Acto knife point to make the dust. And then, of course, I have some warm and cool, but we will check this later. So I take baby powder, okay? And I put it here. Okay, you see, it's there. I take this one and I start making the dust, but very kind, okay? I don't want to do a mess. I go light, so I have a very nice dust. If I go too hard, I will get dust particles that will be a little bit too big. Ciao, Policius. Now I'm gonna do quite a lot because you will see how shiny we have to make this thing. So we need quite a lot of dust. Okay. So now I take my cotton pad, I bend it once, twice, like that. I will use this part to get the color. But before I do that, because here it's small, I want to make sure to press a little bit, okay? So that I get this part that will deliver the color thinner. Unless, how can I work in small spaces, So, I prepare the first layer. Remember, with chalk we have to build up layers. Isaac, yeah, the red coupe, the red coupe was not so bad. I remember. It was like a couple of years ago. Look. Nice. Nice. You see? Look at that line. It looks nice. Okay, so I tap to make sure that all the extra dust goes there. I put a little bit away. Now, let's take and let's start to have fun. So I start always from top, coming down and going on the side. Okay? I always do that way. Okay, now I finished. Just few more minutes, and then we'll take the color pencil and we'll just do some detailing and then the white gouache. Michelangelo, I'm always drawing something when watching you live, Mr. Bove. Okay, that's very nice. I'm very happy for you, and I share your videos every time I found someone who will watch them and learn something. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing your knowledge. It's my pleasure. Thank you. Really, I appreciate it. Now it's really dark. Can you see it? Okay, so I take this off because I don't want to run the risk that I make a mess. So I take all the chalk dust away. Okay, I wash my hands. And now we have to add a little bit of warm and cool. I just want to put the electricity for my lamp because I saw that the battery is a little bit weak. Okay, it's done. All right, so I can take this away. We can take all this away. You know, you're gonna be ordered because unless you're gonna find yourself full of stuff, it's gonna be a mess very quickly. Okay, so now what do? I need to go back and just do a little bit of line quality to make sure that it's crisp, because that's what I want. It has to be crisp. So here, for example, you see, I just did a little bit more. Also here. Look at that wing. It's much better like that. Much, much better. You see? I just increase contrast here. I just increase the contrast. This is the nice thing of working with pencils that have the same colors, that you can go and fix things, you know, you can make even better. Look, now I'm working really on the focal point in this area. You see? Look how nice and shiny already looks. The same things that people do today with Photoshop, but you can do also them like that. Huh? This is the best way to learn, and then you can just say, I go Photoshop and I do the same thing on Photoshop because it's easier, of course. I add those details to make sure that it looks like the wheels, you know, are really touching the ground. Sometimes it's a little bit not too clear, and the eyes need sometimes some references. Okay, now let's make the door cut. First of all, I want to do something that is not bad, huh? This looks nice. And now I have to do the other one, which is gonna be like, I guess, kind of straight, like this. Okay, so we have our door cut. Now I need the white pencil, because we have to add some highlights. Okay, so let's do it. You see, those lines will add the reflecting feeling, but also the three-dimensional feeling. Okay, let's do it. So this is the moment of the truth, you know? Okay, so first of all, from top down, all right? Always crossing a little bit the line of the marker. Because that's exactly what happens to a reflection, you know, the highlight. Look at that reflection, huh? This looks like we are in California. Somewhere in California. All right. I'm going to wash my brush, okay? At the meantime, you watch what I did, okay? So, what do you think? It looks quite nice. But there is still something missing. Now we're gonna fix it. What is missing is that we don't have any warm and cool, okay? Basically, we have a nice rendering, sort of rendering, but we are missing some warm and cool. So then I put a little bit on the floor, just a little bit. Okay. Then I'll take a little bit of the orange, just a little, and I want to give a little bit of accent, just a little. Look how light I am. You have to feel the orange, but you don't have to see the orange. It's a question of feeling it. You see? Okay, now we feel that orange. And we can put also a little line here, you know. Just the outline. You see? So you see that orange, you see it. It's reflection. Okay. Now we can say that it's finished. All right, so today it's 16.